Hello, my name is Richard. I will give you a very brief presentation of what the automatic generation of an InDesign catalog will look like. There are still a few pieces missing and in the works, so you will have to keep that in mind. Anyway, the process will be this. You download a data file from LayoutEngine Studio. If the data file is compressed, you will have to uncompress it, so it becomes an XML file. The XML file should be placed in your package folder's XML data folder. You will receive written instructions as well, but for now the details are not important. You copy the file from the downloaded file. And because each language has a unique file name, we will have to rename the file so the solution will be able to find it, and we will simply rename it to input.xml. Once that is done, we can start to process the XML file, the data file. The reason that we need to do that is because LayoutEngine Studio does not export an XML file that are immediately usable by InDesign. So first of all, we have to transform the data file and break it up into smaller pieces that will be suitable for each InDesign document. If you are using Windows, you will be using the files that have the .vbs extension, but since I'm using Mac right now, I will be using the .command files. So I just double-click on the .command file and the transformation of the data file begins. As you will see down here in the data folder, files starts to appear as they are processed. First of all, a temporary file is created, and after that we get all the different files that we need for each chapter for the document. Once the transformation is complete, this terminal window will inform you that you can now safely close it. That's all you have to do to transform the data. Now it's ready to be used by InDesign. If you want to create each chapter by hand, so to say, you can open the template file that is located in the InDesign templates. In this case, the template is called base.endt. That's not, however, what we will do right now. Instead, we will build all the InDesign chapters that are necessary by just double-click on the file. And what that means is that I double-click on the Run Package command. As you see, I have InDesign running in the background. While I'm running, InDesign will not be able to respond to what you're doing because it's so busy creating document. On the right here I have process information displaying, and as you soon will see, InDesign will start to work very hard to create all the files that are needed. So let's double click on the Run Package command. Again, a small terminal window begins to appear. As you can see, first of all, there's a InDesign book file created. A book file is a special file that is able to glue together different InDesign documents into one larger document, so to say. The first chapter that was created was pipes, and as each chapter is processed, they will appear in the output folder. Because my computer is old and slow, the process will take about 10 minutes. I will pause the recording and we'll jump back into the recording once all files have been processed. But before we do that, as you can see as I'm speaking, the crossover fittings chapter has also been completed. And as you can see from the process information right now, InDesign is using almost 100% of the process. So it's really working hard to build the catalog files. And once all files are completed, we will have a look on what the result is. Okay, so once all documents have been built, we are ready to take our first look at what the InDesign documents will look like. We can close the scripts folder because we don't need it anymore. So a good place to start is by opening the catalog, the book file that contains all the other files. In case you haven't used a book file before, it's just a way of bringing many InDesign documents into one, and so that you are able to export and print and have a page number running through all documents and so on. So as you can see, InDesign arranged all the documents and also put page numbers on each one of them. So we can just open any document we like. And so in this case, I'll open flanges. What you will see is a leading blank page, which is where you put your own images that are not part of the Lithium catalog in the product database. You will also see a rough table of contents. We'll get back to that in a moment. And of course, you have also got the pages of this document. In this case, it's not that many pages, but as you will see, all the pages has been laid out. All the product information is there. And right now, you can start working with your InDesign just as you would with any InDesign document. It's just a regular InDesign document at this point. So, and of course we have many documents in this book, but they all are all the same, or the principle is the same. So if you open pipe clamps, it's just the same story. It's a table of content. It's product pages. So if we go back and look at the table of contents, as you will see, it has automatically generated a reference to each product and which page is on. And in case you make any changes, you can easily update. This is just a starting point for your own table of content, because there are many things that are not present in the information from Lithium Studio. And what you do then is you go to the page menu and choose the update table of contents, and it will replace the page numbers with the actual page numbers of this document. And that also is true. Let's say that, for instance, you have to change some kind of product manually. Let's say you don't want this product in the document, so you'll delete this document, this product, which means that the products will reflow, and the page references will no longer be accurate. Once that happens, InDesign will automatically renumber all files in the book files, and you can also at any time update the table of content so that the page numbers are accurate. So that's a very quick demonstration. As I've said, we are still working on some parts, and so it will look slightly different once you get it in your hands, but I'm sure you will get the idea. Thanks very much for listening. Bye bye.